the way he's worked with us, and I think he's taught us a lot of things, making sure that we know the most important thing is the Springbok, not us as players, individually, and how hard we work as well. I think it's taken us to another level, having a guy like Aled in, making sure when you're off, you're doing a lot of work, and the only thing he wants from us, is just to work as hard as you can, and don't worry about how well or how badly you play. Just work as hard as you can, and that's the most important thing. And that's how we measure each other as players as well as teammates. We let each other know on the field. We go in honesty, and it's been driven from the top. It's much easier. That's why it's so nice to, whenever a coach says something, he tells us openly as players as well. So we have that sense of responsibility and open and honesty in the team, which makes it black and white, that all you have to do is just work to make sure you can make the team be available, be at training, and just give your best at all times.
Sia, I know the coach pretty much laid it out that you were going to lead the team at the Rugby World Cup in Japan. But now that you're sitting here as the captain of the Springboks that will lead them to this World Cup, can you tell us about what it means for you, what it means for your family, and what it means for the country to have you as a person that leads this team to the Rugby World Cup?
I'm really honoured, and I've known Coach for quite a long time. He gave me my first contract out of school, so I'd met him before all of this, and he knows where I come from. These kind of opportunities you don't really dream about, and I'm really happy and I'm excited. I'm also very nervous. I'm not gonna lie about it, but I have confidence in my teammates. I have a confidence in my teammates that they will support me in a time like this, and I know there's a lot of guys who've led before who I can always lean on, which is something I'm counting on, and I'm grateful for the fact that the coach, all he wants for me to do is just to play my game and give my best on the field, and whenever I need helping, I go to my other teammates. I'm not that kind of guy who wants to be seen as the one in charge. I'm always looking for help from others, and I'm willing to let other players lead in ways that I can't do it. So I'm very nervous but really excited.
Rassie, Scott doesn't boast a lot of World Cup experience.
Yeah.
Barring Steyn, Lewis, even a couple of other guys that have been to a World Cup before. How difficult is it to sort of inspire guys or create or simulate a World Cup experience within the squad?
I think you're spot on. I don't think we had the luxury to pick a team with a lot of World Cup experience. I think it's twofold, and I can answer the question in twofold. I think the one thing that I learned from 2011 was when I was involved there and when I watched in 2015. In 2011 we had a really experienced team, but I feel what you gain in experience, you lose in availability and agility. We had a hell of an experienced team in 2011, but there was always, of 31 guys, there was 6 or 7 sitting next to the field on a Monday and a Tuesday with a hamstring or a shoulder, and you just don't have a lot of training numbers, and you couldn't really have intensity at training sessions, but then again, when you get to big games on Saturday, you had a lot of calm heads, a lot of good decision making, and then I guess 2015 for me also there was a lot of experience, but even some of the same guys who played in 2011 was playing in 2015. So this year we're just going with the approach, the last 4 test matches we had 34, 35 guys, but there was not one day where there was a player sitting next to the field. There was always 35, 36 guys, all of them training and available, and I just believe that lifts the intensity. So we're taking a bit of a risk. We won't have all those calm heads, those how can I say, guys who's been there with that big match temperament, but hopefully it gets make up with the intensity and all the coaching time that we get with them, and hopefully that balance it out for us, because I really believe this is the best 31 guys we could have picked that's available currently, who's in form, fit enough, and there's 6 or 7 guys who's on standby, who has their kit bags with clothing, who knows it's only a phone call away and they can hop on the plane, yeah, it is what it is. We don't have more experienced players available.
Just on those guys that are on standby?
Yeah, I really would like to be as honest with you guys as I want to, but it's such a dynamic thing at this stage. There might be another 3-4 added, and I just want to find out about a few injuries, and I want to see how a Currie Cup game is going this weekend. How Damien Willems is going this weekend, because he might be added to that group. And there's a few guys who we are asking to go and play overseas, so they can keep on playing and stay fit. Like the Province guys are falling out now, so you can imagine a guy who's playing for Province and he's on the standby list, but he hasn't played rugby now. So that's great that some of their guys are going to get, how can I say, loaned out overseas, so they stay fit there. So the moment that's official, I promise you, I will let the guy Andy and Rayon send out the list to you, and you guys would know who's on standby.
Yeah, hello, I'm a French reporter working for French Daily. I was in Port Elizabeth a couple of days ago to tell your story and visit your township. How big is the journey from Dankeke Stadium, the beach sea over there in the corner, to the world stage as a Springbok captain? How huge is it?
No, it's big, as I said earlier. Not a lot of us dream of opportunities like this, but as you can see now, it's becoming kind of a normal thing. Guys like Beast playing 100 games, so it's possible, and I think that's the most important thing. And we play each and every day to make everybody proud, but to make sure we work as hard as we can. But for kids like that, or in any form of playground, same playground as me, if they can see someone like me and say, you know what, I can also do it if you can do it. And that's the ultimate goal. We want those kids to have hope and believe that they can make it if they work as hard as they can, and obviously if they get good opportunities.
Maybe in English, can I ask you firstly, congratulations to you and Sia, to your coaching team, to your backroom staff, sir. All the best of luck for these assignments. Let's just briefly, I know you're not a guy for emotions, but you mentioned that you played in World Cup, you've coached in World Cups before. Do you still get emotional? Do you still see this as a great honor for you to lead this delegation to another showpiece? And what is the mission to South Africa?
Me?
Yes.
Firstly, no, thank you. It's a great question. For me, this is massive. I was sitting there today and I was nervous. I know I'm not the world's most best public speaker, and I know my English is not the greatest in the world. And I was sitting there and knowing that people are talking about the Springboks and people are. And I'm talking about positive stuff and negative stuff, and debating team selections and debating game plans and who should play wing. And I love it. I love it that people are talking about the Springbok team, and I love it that people talk about our responsibility and that there's expectations, and we are talking about it frequently, because for us, we call it the main thing. Let the main thing stay the main thing, and that is playing rugby well and training well and playing well on Saturdays. And I feel, not to be boasting, but I feel that's what we should be good at. Coaching well and playing well on Saturdays. And I'm not saying we're doing it well currently, we're trying to do it well. And I'm proud of that people are talking about that again, and that's what makes me nervous, that now the expectation is there, and we want to recreate that, and we want to go next week to Japan and play against Japan and try and overturn the Brighton game, and that makes me nervous. And then the first game against the All Blacks, but it also makes me hell of a proud, because we've got this opportunity. But it's something that doesn't come around a lot, especially as a head coach. So it gives you sleepless nights and makes you nervous. And hell no, and I also know that doesn't stay there for a long time, and we're working really hard, and for us it's all about rugby. I've heard some other slogans where people say it's more. For us, it's all about rugby. It's all about rugby, and we know we can inspire in many other ways, off the field and with slogans and stuff. But for us, it's the way we play. And then the nice thing comes, all the nice spin-offs come from that, and we really want to try and make the nation proud by the way we play, and that makes me proud. Yes, it makes me very proud.
Rassie, you will be probably the first foreign squad to reach Japan next week. Why did you choose to be there so early, 3 weeks before your first game?
Yeah, I think every country has different ways of handling the heat and the different circumstances or weather or acclimatize. And I know some guys go to Portugal and some people are going to chambers and different stuff. We just decided, we now in week 10. From the beginning we said it's going to be a 20-week journey for us, 20 weeks together. We've now been together 10 weeks, and we've rotated squads and players to make sure that everybody gets enough rest and on and off time, and we have a big pool of players, everybody knowing the game plans and stuff. We're flying over on Friday. We'll be the first team there, so we'll have a week there together, then we'll play Japan, then we'll have another week, and then we'll play the All Blacks. So we'll be actually there getting used to the heat, training in the heat, playing an actual match in the heat, playing against Japan. We'll have crowd support there. So I think hopefully the spin-off will be that we will probably be the team that gets used to the conditions, apart from Japan, who plays there all the time. With all the other teams trying different things. Yes, we make the tour for us longer, or the tournament for us longer, but hopefully the spin-off of getting used to those conditions is what we're trying to achieve from that.
Sia, Kolisa, umqeqeshi uRassie Erasmus lolo nothi ayifakileyo apha kweqembu kwenza bani linyusa umgangatho wendlala ngabo from last year to this year kuya kwi World Cup
No, eyona nto ibalulekileyo I think usikhumbuzile kakhulu uba into enabalulekileyo and ngamabhokobhoko abona abalulekileyo. Siyathanda ukwenza into ezininzi ngaphandle kwebala, and yena ufuna ubona umsebenzi wakhe ebaleni, and into asipushe kuyo siyi-team. So sifuna ukwenza yonke into esamandleni ethu sithi make sure abantu bayasibona uba siyasebenza nangemigqibelo xa sidlala sibone sinikelela yonke into esiyenzayo, and ngelo hlobo sakwazi abantu bafuna uba kule ndawo sikuyo, sifuna inspiration abantu ngento ezilo hlobo. So and honest uchaza uthetha inyani lonke ixesha and uthetha openly phambi kwabantu bonke. So awucingi into ezininzi, uyazi into uba uyadlala kule veki zayo okanye udlala okanye kule veki zayo, okanye akuchazele uba okay kwenzeke into yohlobo sityiwe apha sofuneka ndifake lo mnye. So sikasoloko siyayazi, and loo nto ikwenza inhliziyo yakho iphole, noba ibuhlungu uyazi uba udlala, but uyayazi uba inyani yonke uyayifumana.
Inethemba bani zawuphumelela manyanyana kuyo
kakhulu but asisebenzi nje, sisebenza siyazi uba into lenza ufuna uyenza, and bengasoze umqeqeshi ayithathe le nto if bengayazi uba or ebengenayo inhliziyo uba soyenza le nto. And sisebenza kakhulu, and nabo bengekhoyo siyabavela kakhulu because sisebenza sisi-squad sisibaninzi. So sonyanzeleka xa ufuna ugive up ucinga kabantu bengekho phaa, and into endisithandayo bazawuhlala kubahleli nathi because balindeleyo bakwenzeka into ethile bazobuye bangene etimini.
Njengoba selityunjiwe iqela elike lendebe lehlabathi, iingqondo zenu sezikhawuleza zasondela kulaa mdlalo we-All Blacks lo uzawube ndiSeptemba 21 okanye zamane nihamba ngosuku.
Sihamba ngosuku. Le match yaseJapan ezithile coach ibalulekile kakhulu, asifuni ukuphendeke laa nto yenzekayo England ngelaa xesha. So zonyanzelekile sifake yonke into esamandleni ethu sowina le match nje, silungise ezaleke ezizasifumanayo phaa.
Rassie, beplan jy om met daai opwarmingswedstryd in Japan dieselfde span te speel wat jy in daai eerste wedstryd in die All Blacks wil speel?
Also Afrikaans.
Ja.
Ja, ons gaan bereid Afrikaans. Nee. Ons sal teen toe aan ons beste informspan teen hulle speel. Soos ek vir die mense gesê het, ek dink daar's iets om weg te steek vir, ek dink julle sal dit uitwerk. Ons sal teen Japan die beste informspan kies, en dan 'n week rus, en dan teen die All Blacks weer die beste informspan wat fiks is meer is, en dan seker dan teen Namibia ouens rus, en dan weer teen Italië die beste informspan, en dan teen Canada weer ouens weer bietjie rus, en dan van daar af sal ou maar net ander die beste informspan kies.
Ek herhaal nog 'n paar vrae. Net kortliks, wat jy dink rigting agter die samestelling van hierdie groep gebeur? In jou antwoord kan jy ook moontlik net melding maak van was moeilik, maklik wees om vir 'n rentelstel in die span te laat, en die emosionele vraag is, wat beteken vir jou as afrigter en jou kaptein en die res van die groep om die land van te word by nog so groot skop?
Ja, om die groep te gekies het is 'n langerige storie geweest, want ons het van die 18 toetse laas jaar af, ek dink almal wat hier was sal onthou van laas jaar wat ons gesê, ons het 18 toetse om die wêreldbekerspan te kies, en ons gaan op baie tye gaan ons groot besluite moet neem, soos byvoorbeeld daardie Engeland se eerste 2 toetse het ons in die Kaap rondgespeel met die span, om aan ouens kans te gee. Jy weet, met die Australië en Argentynse toets laas jaar weg, het ons ouens kans gegee met die idee om die All Blacks in die laaste of die toets in Wellington daar te probeer wen. So ons het baie keer rondgespeel om te kyk hoe ons squad diepte kan bou, en ons het dit hierdie jaar maar weer gedoen in Australië, maar julle het gesien ons die squads gekies het, so dis 'n hele proses gewees. En dan op die ou end het ons Bloemfontein toe 36, 37 ouens gevat, jy weet, en die enigste ou wat regtig beseer geraak het op die ou end in 'n Springbok kamp. Ek praat nou nie van Warren Whiteley en Damien Willems en so nie, maar die enigste ou wat beseer geraak het in 'n Springbok game was Marcel Coetzee. Verder het dan nie ou in 'n Springbok game beseer geraak nie. So hy is die enigste bad luck ou daar gewees. So verder, so dis is moeilik gewees met Reinhard uit te los. Weet, Marvin het regtig goed gespeel, maar ek dink ons het 4 wêreldklas slotte en weet, Marvin is bad luck gewees. Andre het regtig goed gespeel, maar Frans se versatility maak hom bietjie makliker om te kies. Jy weet, Lizo en Thomas, moeilik om hulle uit te los. En ek dink selfs Skarra het goed gedoen toe hy sy paar minute opwees. Ons weet dat ons dan Skarra het. So is moeilik om die groep te kies, maar net 31 kan gaan, maar ja, daar's 6, 7 ouens op standby, so is moeilik geweest. Wat dit beteken Kolisi om te gaan, ek gaan nou nie weer herhaal wat ek gesê het, want ek span julle ons dink ek probeer gat kry. Dis ons besef verantwoordelikheid. Ons besef ons speel met die supporters se harte. Ons besef jy weet die performance wat ons gee by die oefeninge en Saterdag op die veld. Jy weet die performance wat ons gee by die oefeninge en Saterdag op die veld kan mense inspireer, en ons weet 'n tweet of 'n mooi sê ding en so inspireer vir 'n sekond of so, maar 'n wen en 'n goeie performance op Saterdag lê langer in die mense se harte, en ons beskou dit is die groot ding. Dit gaan vir ons also rugby, en ons besef ons baie goed van die veld af wat mense negatief maak, en ons moet daai goed uitsny, en ons sal dit uitsny, en ons sal hard probeer aan, en ons besef hierdie voorreg het nog nie baie ons gekry nie. Jy weet, ek dink 5 of 6 World Cups mal 30 spelers, kom ons sê 200 spelers saam met die beseerdes, het al die voorreg gehad om dit te doen, en weet 6 coaches, jy weet, so ons besef die voorreg en die verantwoordelikheid, en ons is nervus daaroor. Ons het vanoggend lank daaroor gepraat, want ons klim Vrydag op 'n vliegtuig, en ons wil bitter graag hoop gee, maar nie hoop met mooi woorde en slogans, ons wil hoop gee met die manier waarop ons speel. So dis vir ons 'n baie groot uitdaging.
Okay. Rassie, you mentioned that the team would be 20 weeks together until the final. You mentioned.
Yeah.
Is there a risk of the guys getting cabin fever, or call it that? And what do you do to kind of keep the guys fresh so that they don't get irritated with each other?
Yeah, I think there's obviously something at the alignment camps we spoke a lot about. 20 weeks is long. I must say week 20 is the one where it would be 19, week 20 we are optimistic. That's a week where we would celebrate if we win. So it's actually 19 weeks. But we actually, that's why we had just extra people like Eugene Henning, who just looks after player welfare in terms of what players loads too much, what player must get some off time. So he's the guy that looks, okay, this player must get a week off, this player must there's some guys who just sometimes on a Tuesday, he just stays in his hotel room or go to his family, or doesn't take part in the training session. So apart from that, there's some days off. We've changed our training week totally. We don't go Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. We go Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then they go Wednesday and Thursday. Of course, now they've got a weekend, Wednesday and Thursday. So there's lots of things that we've changed so that we actually don't get into one another's faces too much. So we thought about that. So far it's been working, but I guess there will be some challenges as we go along.
Thank you, Rassie. Thank you, Sia. Thank you, everyone. We'll wrap up, and then we'll give you a few minutes to move across to the media big side.
Just thank you.